Hello everyone and welcome to Offshore in Asia. Today I'm coming to you from the beautiful and the very much underrated Kuching in Sarawak, which is out in Malaysian Borneo. Now the reason we wanted to come out here is I wanted to show you guys what it's actually like in Kuching, what the lifestyle is like, because as some of you may know, the Sarawak MM2H program is the only program in Malaysia, the only residence program that does not require property purchase. So for that reason, the Sarawak MM2H is quite popular with our clients. But not only that, it also has the lowest financial requirements to get into this program. To cover the financial requirements, you have to show as an individual that you have at least 10,000 ringgit income per month. You also have to have 500,000 ringgit in the bank, a fixed deposit in a Malaysian bank. But if you don't have that income requirement, the 10,000 ringgit, you can also show that you have 100,000 ringgit in backup savings. So it is a pretty accessible program. It gives you a 10-year residence permit out here in Malaysia. You only have to be here 30 days of the year, and then you're actually allowed to go spend your time, do whatever you want to do all throughout Malaysia. But you're not supposed to reside in Peninsular Malaysia. But it is a very accessible visa, and especially if you want to take advantage of the very accommodating tax rules they have out here on foreign sourced income, it can be a good option for anyone who wants a base in Asia. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a bit around the town of Kuching and we'll see if you like it. I have to say I've only been here for a couple of days myself, but my first impressions are I really like the place. So let's have a look and see what's going on. So Kuching is the capital of Sarawak, which is one of the two Malaysian states on the island of Borneo, the other one being Sabah, and they have their own MM2H program again. It's a small town, I believe it's about 500,000 population here. And it's very relaxed, incredibly livable. You've got pretty clean streets. And it's actually quite different from Peninsular Malaysia, especially for me. I've just come from Johor Bahru. And this place is totally different. If you've ever been to JB, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's a very different lifestyle out here. It's a lot cleaner. And it's certainly a lot more chilled out. You've got good selections of food, affordable living. I wouldn't say Malaysia's expensive, but it is a little bit cheaper out here, which is nice. You've got just enough infrastructure to make living out here not too much of a hassle, but not enough so that it starts to feel like a big city. It's a really relaxed vibe out here. I myself live in Bangkok, and before I came on this little trip, I did a bunch of days in Hong Kong, and then I went to Singapore, then I went to JB, and now I'm here out in Kuching. And I got to tell you guys, after coming from Bangkok and these other big cities in Asia, it just feels so chilled out and so relaxed here. It's really nice. I can just feel myself decompressing and not really wanting to work, and I just want to sort of sit by the water and enjoy the calm atmosphere that comes with this place. So as I mentioned, one of the main reasons I'm here is to have a look at what it's like to live out here in Kuching as part of the Sarawak MM2H program. Now the MM2H Peninsula program has got a bit harder to apply for in recent times. They've now got the mandatory property purchase, the prices have gone up. I'll say as well that the prices also have gone up in the Sarawak program. That happened late last year. Before that it was even cheaper. But still, even with the price increases, it remains the most accessible long-term visa in Malaysia. We've got a bit of rain coming in, but as you can see, it's still quite beautiful out here. Really a place to come if you just want to let the stress of daily life just drift away from you. Down here on the Riverside gets very popular at night. We're here quite early, so we've just got the joggers coming out. But when the sun sets, it gets pretty busy. It's pretty easy living out here, guys. You can rent an apartment for a few $100. You can get a meal for a couple of bucks. It could work really well to complement having another base in Asia, for example, like myself, who I spent about half the year in Bangkok. For the rest of the year, I like to do a bit of travel, but it'd be nice to have somewhere to go where it's a lot slower and where I can just recharge. And this would be a perfect place to do that. I could quite easily spend a few months here of the year if I had a nice house. Maybe rent a little old house on the river, something like that. Somewhere you can really chill out, decompress, charge the batteries, and then when you want a bit of action, head back over to Bangkok or Saigon or wherever you have your main base. So no, it's not Bangkok, it's not Saigon, it's not KL, but that's kind of the point. You're not going to get this level of relaxation, of easy living, of just being able to really chill out. You just can't do that in these big cities, not to the same degree. The air is cleaner, the costs are lower, and you kind of feel, just because you're sort of all the way out here in Borneo, you do feel a little bit removed from the rest of Asia in a good way. You sort of give yourself permission to relax a bit more, to put the laptop down a bit more, to just sit at the coffee shop a bit longer and just soak in the atmosphere. So guys, if you are interested in the MM2H program out here in Sarawak or anywhere else in Malaysia for that matter, we do applications for our clients. We have put a number of people through the program. It's actually a bit more of a straightforward process, the Sarawak program, compared to Peninsular Malaysia. And as I said, you get a 10-year visa, you get residency in a beautiful part of the world, but you also get access to all of Malaysia, not just Sarawak. And Malaysia has one of the best taxation systems in all of Asia when it comes to foreign sourced income. That doesn't hurt either. So if you're interested in learning more about the visa, you can head over to offshoreinasia.com. We can get the process started. If you want to learn more about tax optimization, if you're coming out here, if you have pension income, if you have dividend income, rental income, business income, anything like that, we can help you to put a tax plan together that will keep your taxation very low indeed. So a lot of people are interested in that as well. There's also a pretty interesting history out here. I've been learning a bit about this James Cook fellow who apparently came out here and he assisted the Sultan of Brunei, or the Brunei state, to fight off pirates back in the day, and in return he was gifted first governorship of Sarawak, and then eventually he was given full control of Sarawak, and then at a point later in the future he handed it over to the British colonies before it became part of Malaysia. Thanks for joining me on this quick tour of Kuching, Sarawak. If you want to see more content like this, walking tours, expat living, and of course, offshore investment and tax optimization out in Asia, keep an eye on this channel. We're going to show you plenty more of that. Also, if there's anything that you want us to cover in particular, places you want us to go, topics you want us to talk to, leave a comment down below and we'll do what we can to bring this information straight to you. My name's Aaron, this is Offshore in Asia, and we'll see you in the next one.